That's what they want. Find something safe to play with, please. What?
No.
Find something safe to play with, bro.
Yeah, can I get a picture?
Turkey little bitch, you ain't here before.
On October 25th, 2025, Birdman didn't just take a public setback at the Verzuz moment, he looked completely thrown off balance. One night flipped the internet upside down with viral clips, loud online chatter.
I ain't gonna never die. As long as I'm alive, hold on, Fresh, wait, Fresh. Long as I'm alive, Cash Money ain't gonna never die. Shout out to my NBA young boy, NBA rich gang, who don't like it. We with all the bullshit. If you ain't with us, you.
I got the best thing since cake and ice cream. It's real.
And old business rumors getting dragged back into public view when the event at Complex Con took an unexpected turn. This was supposed to be a major cultural moment. Two legendary Southern hip-hop camps finally shared the same stage at the first Verzuz in over 3 years, live in Vegas.
Find something safe to play with, please. What?
No.
Find something safe to play with, bro.
Yeah, can I
In 2015, Lil Wayne sued Birdman and Cash Money for $51 million. He was trying to get out of his contract as well. He also sued Universal Music for $40 million, saying he was owed royalties for Young Money artists.
But instead of just a celebration, the mood shifted fast and the cameras caught everything when tension filled the room and emotions ran high. After it wrapped, things got even messier. Footage started circulating online. Awkward, uncomfortable clips that had viewers debating nonstop. Let's break down what really went on that night and why the aftermath mattered so much. To get it, you gotta understand the scale of what was happening inside Complex Con. Verzuz, created by Swizz Beatz and Timbaland during 2020, was designed as a friendly, competitive showcase where artists and labels matched their biggest records, hit for hit, with the audience reacting in real time.
Do you ever wish that you guys didn't break up and stayed a unit, or you just weren't getting paid from them? They weren't cutting the checks?
That's what it was, man. You know, I wanted to stay. You know, you never want to leave a winning team. You know, that's like Jordan leaving the Bulls. You know, and I just felt like I need to be compensated for. I'm working hard. I just wanted to get.
The format was simple and wildly effective. Two sides played their most iconic tracks, and fans online debated who stood out the most. This night featured Cash Money Records, founded by Birdman and Slim in 1991, facing No Limit Records, founded by Master P in 1990. Both came out of New Orleans and dominated different eras with their own sounds and styles.
Was it a bad contract, or they just wasn't paying nobody?
Yeah, it was a bad contract. It was a bad contract, and it was just other things going on outside of that where I felt like I needed to get paid for, like shows, a lot of things. Yeah.
Cash Money was known for bounce-inspired beats and breakout stars like Lil Wayne and Juvenile. No Limit built its name with a bold, organized image and a deep roster including Master P, Mystical, Silk the Shocker, and more. The No Limit set wrapped with a surprise moment as Snoop Dogg closed things out, reminding everyone how impactful his time with the label really was. The crowd reacted loud, and the nostalgia hit heavy across the room. On the Cash Money side,
when Universal gave me a bag, brother, I can honestly say I gave Wayne about $400 to $500 million. Drake got about $500 million, and Nicki got about $300-400 million out my pocket. No cap. They don't believe me, ask them.
Birdman stepped out with BG, Juvenile, and others, aiming for a partial Hot Boys moment, even though a few key names weren't present. They ran through classic records, and while the energy was high, fans online described the night as disorganized, with timing mix-ups and technical issues popping up. Still, there were genuine moments of respect, including a shout-out across the stage that people loved. Online reaction leaned heavily one way, and viewers felt No Limit stood out overall. As the event ended, Birdman addressed the crowd with emotional comments that quickly spread online. It's important to look at the bigger picture here. This night was meant to be Birdman's big moment back in the spotlight, a reminder that Cash Money Records was still standing strong after years of public challenges, shifting artist relationships, and non-stop online talk. Instead, he watched the crowd lean heavily toward No Limit. Social media kept pointing out who wasn't there, and the energy didn't match the victory image he'd clearly expected. For someone known for confidence and control, the frustration was easy to spot, but the night wasn't over yet. After the event, Birdman stepped outside the venue still visibly bothered by how things played out. That's when he crossed paths with Kenny Brooks, a Detroit-based comedian famous online for his high-energy, over-the-top sales-style skits. Kenny approached with good vibes, aiming for a light, friendly moment. That's when the situation shifted fast. Birdman appeared to take the comment the wrong way, with some viewers later suggesting he may have connected the cake and ice cream line to a well-known nickname tied to Master P. Whether intentional or not, the timing made it feel off to him, especially right after the Verzeus moment. Birdman responded sharply, making strong statements about his influence on hip-hop style and trends. The exchange was recorded, spread online quickly, and sparked non-stop conversation across social platforms. Months later, in January 2026, Kenny Brooks addressed the moment publicly. He explained the comment was meant as a genuine compliment, not a jab, and said there was no hidden meaning behind it. While many brushed it off as an awkward misunderstanding, others felt the night reflected deeper tension. This moment opened the door to a much longer and more complicated story. While Birdman's achievements are undeniable, his career has often been followed by intense public discussion and long-running debate. In December 2025, clips shared online by people around him sparked renewed attention, with viewers reacting strongly and asking questions that had lingered in hip-hop circles for years. Short, out-of-context footage began circulating and showed a tense, emotionally charged exchange involving Birdman and an associate. With no clear background, reactions split fast. Some online viewers described the moment as uncomfortable and reflective of broader industry power dynamics, while others argued it was being misinterpreted due to existing opinions and online speculation. To understand why this struck such a nerve, many pointed to Birdman's long history as a mentor and label leader. Over the years, his close professional relationships with artists have been highly visible and often described in family-style terms. Public tension between Lil Wayne and Cash Money became impossible to ignore when Wayne openly shared frustrations online, saying he felt restricted by business delays and contract disputes tied to his album Thought Carter 5. He claimed financial disagreements existed and later pursued formal legal action seeking clarity around payments and contractual terms, while also requesting to exit the label. The dispute stretched on for several years and became one of the most talked about business conflicts in hip-hop. Throughout that time, unrelated offstage incidents involving people loosely connected to the industry sparked heavy online speculation, though no direct responsibility was ever established, and Birdman consistently denied involvement in anything beyond business matters. In 2018, the situation was resolved privately. Wayne reached a settlement reportedly far lower than originally discussed, regained full control of Young Money, and finally released Thought Carter 5, which debuted at #1. Wayne's situation wasn't viewed as isolated. Other former Cash Money artists, including Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and BG, had previously spoken about financial disagreements and departures from the label. After spending many years away from the spotlight due to legal issues, BG later spoke publicly about feeling unsupported during that period, adding his voice to ongoing conversations around Cash Money's internal relationships. Turk also raised concerns in 2015, filing a financial dispute tied to royalties connected to his work with the Hot Boys and his solo releases. At that point, a clear pattern was being discussed online. Multiple former artists, one after another, referenced similar business disagreements involving payments, contracts, and management practices. What made the discussion stand out was who these artists were. Not outsiders, but core figures who helped build Cash Money from the ground up. These were foundational names behind some of Southern hip-hop's most recognizable records and cultural moments. Because of that history, their shared concerns fueled deeper industry-wide conversations about fairness, transparency, and long-term artist relationships. These were established artists who later said they felt their financial arrangements hadn't fully reflected their contributions. Over the years, Birdman has publicly responded to these claims, consistently defending his business approach and pointing to the global success of artists connected to Cash Money as proof that the system worked. From that angle, the results are hard to ignore. Under the Cash Money and Young Money umbrella, artists like Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj reached historic levels of success. The label's impact on hip-hop culture is undeniable. Still, as DJ Academics noted in a 2025 interview, Birdman's style has often been described as instinct-driven, relying more on momentum than detailed structure. That approach helped build an empire, but it also led to repeated business disputes and strained relationships. Now, some online discussion suggests similar questions are being raised again, this time involving NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy, born Kentrell Deshaun Gall, rose to prominence in the late 2000s with emotionally raw music that connected deeply with fans. As his career accelerated, Birdman became a visible mentor figure, collaborating with him on music and appearing alongside him publicly. Birdman often praised NBA Youngboy in interviews, highlighting his work ethic and natural talent and describing him as one of the most authentic voices in the genre. At one point, Birdman publicly showed strong support during a difficult legal period in Youngboy's life, reinforcing the image of a close mentor-artist bond. However, much like several relationships before it, the connection later appeared to cool. In mid-2024, NBA Youngboy released a song that many listeners interpreted as deeply personal, with lyrics suggesting feelings of disappointment and broken trust. Some fans believe the song referenced advice he had previously received from other industry figures, implying lessons learned too late. The release sparked widespread online discussion, especially given Youngboy's massive popularity and devoted fan base. Many saw the track as another example of an artist publicly expressing frustration with industry mentorship dynamics. At the time, Youngboy was dealing with intense personal and professional pressure, which gave the song added emotional weight. Soon after, online commentators began circulating videos and opinions questioning past business arrangements, though none of these claims were officially confirmed. Some insider-style reports online suggested Birdman's influence during difficult moments in NBA Youngboy's career may have been more complicated than previously believed. These discussions focused on mentorship dynamics and decision-making during high-pressure periods, though none were officially confirmed. Then came an unexpected shift. By August 2025, multiple observers said Birdman and Youngboy appeared to be on better terms again. According to DJ Abe, who claimed to witness it firsthand, Birdman showed up backstage at one of Youngboy's New Orleans shows during a tense moment and helped calm the situation. By October 2025, the two even shared the stage, performing "We Poppin' Together" for the first time. Footage showed strong chemistry and crowd excitement, fueling talk of a renewed, business-focused partnership. Online discussions exploded as viewers revisited old lyrics and past public moments, interpreting them through the lens of the new footage. Some fans argued this was an unfair reading, pointing to Birdman's long history of helping artists reach massive success and describing him as a disciplined, results-driven executive. Others, however, focused on the repeated pattern. Over decades, similar business disputes and personal fallouts kept resurfacing, leading many to question whether these moments were isolated or part of a larger industry issue. Artist advocate Wendy Day has long spoken about common problems in music contracts, including confusing terms and imbalanced agreements. Many online commenters noted similarities between those broader concerns and the situations surrounding Cash Money. Another example often mentioned is Money Man, who signed with the label in 2017 and chose to exit early by buying out his contract in 2018. He later said he wanted full control over his earnings, a move that stood out for its speed and independence. The silence has only kept the conversation alive. Some see Birdman as a mentor who truly believes in the artists he works with, someone who helped build careers that reshaped hip-hop forever. Others view his legacy through a more critical lens, pointing to repeated business conflicts and strained relationships that span decades. The reality likely sits somewhere in between. Birdman helped create one of the most influential labels of all time. Cash Money Records delivered music that defined generations, launched global superstars, and pushed the culture forward in undeniable ways. At the same time, several artists have said they felt disappointed by how their business relationships ended, leading to long disputes and difficult exits. Over time, a familiar pattern has been discussed again and again, sparking wider questions about how the music industry balances loyalty, contracts, and success. Until more first-hand stories are fully shared, much of what happens behind the scenes remains unknown. But one thing is clear. The conversations reignited in late 2025 aren't fading anytime soon. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Check out more content on your screen, and I'll see you on the next one.